All right, Alabama LSU predictions. Wilson and Rab are not here. They both have the Crimson Tide. Wilson expecting a bit of a blowout, 35-17 Alabama. Ooh. Scott a little closer, has LSU covering the spread at 27-20 Alabama. Koki Riley, what say you?
31-21. I'm kind of splitting the difference between those two guys. I think it's going to be a two-score game, but I think it's going to be like relatively competitive for a part of it, especially if Alabama can't get like any sort of run game going, and LSU can just sort of eat clock with its own rushing attack. Like if LSU can run the ball, they can stay within some sort of striking distance in this game. But I just think like being on the road in Tuscaloosa, if this game was in Tiger Stadium, I would actually be kind of open to the idea of them pulling off an upset. But the fact that it's on the road like kind of kills that for me, combined with all the other strengths that Alabama has and how consistent Alabama has been since week one.
I think Alabama's going to win. It's just a matter of whether LSU can cover or not. I picked LSU to lose 28-21, so I have them covering that spread. I just think, they'll play with more energy now that they have the interim coach, Frank Wilson. I think they'll get that bump that we often see from teams. They come out the week after the coach is fired, and they just have a little more energy and aggression, and they can stay in games like that. But I just don't think LSU has enough talent. It's not enough. It's not a very well-rounded team, and that's going to be a challenge to beat such a good, well-rounded team like Alabama on the road.
You guys know I've been the contrarian all year long. I couldn't quite do it. I do have LSU keeping this a game. I got Alabama winning 26-23.
Alabama has been your team since the start.
They have been. Now, having said that, Alabama has been impressive since the Florida State loss. It's not like they've been blowing the doors off of teams. They beat Vandy by 16, but that was like a game where Vandy turned it over.
Yeah.
They have played a lot of good. They had to win it at the end against Georgia. They did beat Tennessee fairly impressively. We know they went to South Carolina and really had to battle to come back in that game.
They beat 4 ranked teams in a span of 4 weeks. Since the first time an SEC team has ever done that. So that's really
impressive consistency from them. They're not some juggernaut though. Is my point. Like they're not like number one in the team in the country with a bullet. You're going to go in there and just get annihilated. And this LSU team has talent. And now that they kind of have a fresh start with Frank Wilson, I don't know how it's going to go for the rest of the season, but I think for this week you get an A-plus effort from LSU, and I think they make a game out of it, but ultimately fall short.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there.
So that is our take. Leave your score prediction in the comments below. We will have a post-game show for you Saturday night after the LSU-Alabama game. We'll see how that goes. But you can tune in, win or lose, and we can just talk coaching search the whole time if LSU loses, and that's what you want to do. We can do that.